So I was doing some research on this thing called Dain Productions, and lacking a Wikipedia page, I turned to TV tropes. Apparently this guy barely reviews and actually rants on games, though he has his moments. Somebody fix this! Also, it says he's a love it or hate it kind of reviewer. I hope that can be changed too, because that'll become painfully realized in this video. Oddities and Treasures is one of the ideas I had behind the 2009 event, but I was in the middle of another series. What this is a discussion and review of some of the games that received votes in the 2012 event. The only criteria was whatever I felt like talking about. It is not comprehensive, nor is it necessary. I've never really done this before, and I'm not sure how to start it, so...
Kingdom Hearts. Better download some footage because I don't have any. Kingdom Hearts was kind of second place if you count all the votes throughout the series, which I did. I'm glad it didn't win. I've complained plenty about the request for GTA 4, but Kingdom Hearts has probably been twice as bad. I've never mentioned it because I didn't want to acknowledge the demand and hope that it just goes away. Almost like it that must not be named. Do I have any quick thoughts on Kingdom Hearts? Well, I can yell gay pretty loud. Otherwise, I did play the first one about a decade ago, but I got stuck somewhere, quit without rage, and I have no interest in continuing. No interest. Very well made, I understand the appeal. Not for me. Some votes were for the entire series. I said one game per vote, which made me chuckle a little. You want me, low output McCoy, to play 6 RPGs, write a script, and edit a video to cover them all. That would take me like 8 months. Keep dreaming. Sonic Generations took 5th place. I always feel weird when talking about Sonic the Hedgehog in my videos. Having only played one classic Sonic game, I have no credibility to talk about the franchise, yet they are my most viewed videos. So I battled with the question, should I buy Sonic Generations for a new video? Not a chance in hell! Sonic Generations is an odd concept. It is supposed to mix old Sonic gameplay with the new Sonic gameplay. I thought the message was clear. Keep doing the old. The strictly 2D levels with Sonic from the early 90s are good. Extraordinary, actually. The fast-paced gameplay is fun and just enough challenge to keep a careful eye on your rings. 3D Sonic isn't fair. Rings are so easily lost by obstacles that I can't see. Worse, if you don't memorize the exact spot to jump, Sonic will just stop, along with my enjoyment of the game. What should have been a beautiful collection of coins is now trapped frustration. Sonic is fast, yeah, well, he's slowed down faster than my PSP hitting a wall. Catherine, this game is strange, no doubt, coming from Atlas and all, but it just makes me imagine all their stuff that's so strange they don't even bother publishing it for the Western world. This adventure will happen as soon as I can get Sarah on a microphone because the game belongs to her. Is that what you want? A really nervous woman in her 30s talking about Catherine? Make an online petition for that. And while you're at it, make another one to let her know that you appreciate what I'm doing and that I'm not wasting my time. You guys are smart, you can make that happen. The Binding of Isaac. I hope you're ready for a dual review with Dain Productions and Games Are for Fight.
Drop it.
The Walking Dead. Judging from the comments left in my Mortal Kombat video, I imagine some faces exploded when The Walking Dead was seen amongst my downloadable PlayStation 3 games. I could just see them choking their iPhones yelling, "I thought you didn't like zombie games!" Slow down. Breathe. I want you to consider for a moment that my electronics are shared. Yes, I live in a house divided. Sarah finds zombies funny and a horrifying threat, and has even hypothesized about a coming zombie apocalypse. And I am of sound mind. God, I cannot think of a lamer kind of monster. And I'm the guy who thought of a talking broom that appears on birthdays. So why vote for The Walking Dead? Do you really want to hear another bitch fest in a battle that I'm obviously losing? Stop putting zombies in our media! You know what, I'll start putting out videos weekly, but every week, I'll be reviewing Mario Party 8 again. Don't worry, it won't get repetitive. I'll wear a different wig every week. Maybe that will sufficiently put into words how I feel about your amazing zombies. Okay, I watched Sarah play some of this game, so let's just get through this. The Walking Dead is based on a graphic novel of the same name. So is the AMC series, guess my opinion of it, but the game follows it a little closer. The main and controllable character, Lee, is on his way to prison when Skyrim kicks in and he escapes the cop car. He befriends the little girl, Clementine, and thus begins a point-and-click choose-your-path zombie survival adventure. Everything I just said? Irrelevant. Because of a character named Duck. He is so ducking annoying. It's the zombie apocalypse, and I'm gonna make sure that Duck dies. There you go, clenching your iPhone and screaming, I thought you didn't like kids dying! No, rules are different. This is Duck. I can't stand the sight or sound of him. So here's my chance. Duck is messing around on a tractor and disengages the gear shift, pinning Sean, a useful member of the dwindling population, to a fence just in time for the zombies to arrive. Now, if you run to Duck, Duck lives and Sean dies. If you run to Sean, Duck lives and Sean dies. What? You see, once again, you don't get to choose your path. In The Walking Dead, you only choose who you piss off. Fine, if you have a well-crafted story, let it play out, and don't trick me into thinking that I have a choice. Well, Storm, I don't mean to spoil anything, but if you want to see Duck die, you should, keep playing. No, I'm not playing another chapter. Duck you. Go duck yourself, you ducking ducker duck. So, just because you see Call of Duty Black Ops 2 on my Wii U game list doesn't necessarily mean that I'm the one playing it. Lollipop Chainsaw. Fantastic, another zombie game. I'm not gonna yell again, not like I'm making a difference. Games like this don't need to exist. We've seen it before, and it was horrible. Whoa, Suda51? How could they get involved in something so played out? They set the trends. Many voters, and other annoying requesters, urge me onto Lollipop Chainsaw because I always talk about mindless self-indulgence, and more specifically, the lead singer, Jimmy Urine, and apparently he's heavily involved in Lollipop Chainsaw. Well, I also like Sean Connery, but I don't like Zardoz. So, this game is exactly what it looks like. Skinny blonde teen cheerleader killing zombies with a chainsaw. If I may share my initial thoughts, the main character of a video game usually is detailed better than the rest of the game, but with Juliet, that gap is extraordinarily wide. She's practically next gen. I wonder why Grasshopper would spend so much time on her. Lollipop Chainsaw follows a likable character as she blasts through countless enemies with a shallow but fun combo system on her way to a specific number of hilarious and outrageous bosses. Dude, this is No More Heroes. And it's pretty sweet. Leave it to Suda51 to make zombies interesting. But that's the thing. Zombies are not the appeal. Jimmy Urine is present and awesome, and he's not even the appeal. Juliet the cheerleader is obviously pandering, nobody will argue that, and she's not even the appeal. It's just the screwed up humor and skewed world perspective accented by exaggerated violence and dialogue so ridiculous you could not possibly get offended.
Whoa, zombies suck dick at driving.
I say that I like some games, but I really like this game, and I went in not wanting to like it. Just to keep things straight, No More Heroes and Desperate Struggle are better because they are longer and have a way more awesome concept. But since the Travis touchdown story is closed, I'll gladly take Lollipop Chainsaw. Sometimes I feel like I'm looking for something different in games compared to the rest of my generation. So many zombie games are about terror and strife and how the hell are we gonna survive? I just want to have fun. You see, I'd rather be entertained than forced into a depression. Now, all the other zombie games seem to rely on one premise. Look, we have zombies in this game! I was considering thanking the voters for this one, but I think that would open a door that should never be touched. Well, since you value and honor my opinion so much, you should play. I also have Shadow of the Damned, who knows when I'll get to that, as I also have to edge in some time for Killer is Dead. Slender. I know you want to see my reaction to the Slender Man. For those who haven't heard, Slender the 8 Pages is a free game you trick your friends into playing. You play in first person in a forbidden part of the forest, and the point is to collect 8 slips of paper somewhere in the forest. But even harder is to avoid the Slender Man, who kills you on sight faster than you could say Blair Witch Project. I guess there are clear strategies on how not to die. Instead, I went in blind. So here I am, about 9 minutes in, about to cry, and... Fuck! So, how was it for you? Conker's Bad Fur Day. This game... Hold on, I got an idea for later. Doom 3 BFG Edition. I received 1 vote for Doom 3 and another vote for the Doom franchise. I can combine the two, and let's go with Doom 3 BFG Edition. Not as much fanfare this time around. Alright, Doom was great. The 3 episodes, Knee Deep in the Dead, On the Shores of Hell, and Inferno, didn't even have to look at the game for that, was fun, well-paced, and quite an imaginative shooter. A space marine fighting on the moons of Mars against the forces of hell. Made in 1993. And you're not fighting the devil. The bosses are super demons. 1993! Then the expansion, Thy Flesh Consumed, gave you another episode to fight hell and avenge your pet bunny. I am so not kidding. Doom 2 was 32 levels of hell on earth. Okay. Aside from the new enemies, there wasn't much modification to the engine or art, and it's beginning to drag. You're really telling me that this is supposed to pass as the suburbs? It remains fun. I will admit I audibly laughed at those 2 secret Wolfenstein 3D levels. I talk about Doom so much you think I don't know about Wolfenstein 3D? I didn't care for Wolfenstein. Bland is what I call it. What can I say? I've never really liked World War II shooters. This includes the original. Final Doom was omitted from BFG Edition, but that's okay. 3 years going and there's still no improvement in graphics. I couldn't get into either part, mostly because the pacing of the original Doom was thrown away. One of the first levels has a Revenant and a Mancubus. A Mancubus! Doom 64? Maybe another day. I'm so happy Doom 3 was created, as it shows that id Software can still make something good. Doom 3 is an incredible first-person engine. I finally played all this game for Telstorm What to Play, and I only completed it because I needed to end the night terrors. I say Doom 3 is good for bringing back the old enemies and amazing 3D for mostly fun shooting. The big problem, aside from no lights, is it takes too long to get to the point. Instead of jumping into hell, you have to run over here and fix arbitrary object A, and run over here to collect arbitrary object B so you can put it into arbitrary object C. It is scary, mostly for, boo, I'm an imp! Maybe I should include the 2005 film Doom? I kinda liked it, if you disregard the fact that it really has nothing to do with the games, and it is practically another zombie movie and very little action. Well, I'm just clinging to that awesome 5 minutes of first person. Dino D-Day. Haha, using dinosaurs for war. World War II. Whatever. Black. Man, Seb, thanks for reminding me. This game has sat on my given to be shelf for years. Now I have a reason to finish it. Black isn't known much for other than that one shooter made by the Burnout people. I know it as another Criterion game that can't decide whether it's widescreen or not. Now I want you to envision something with me. The year is 2006 and a first-person shooter was released for the PlayStation 2 and Xbox that didn't take place in World War II. Call me a heathen, but it's true. When did it take place? 4 days ago. And what's with the name Black? Oh, this little thing known as Black Ops? Originators! The true focus of Black was blowing stuff up in destructible environments. For a studio's first crack at a shooter, not bad. I like that the deliberate focus is explosions. The crosshair, remember crosshairs, turns black when you're pointed at an explosive. I like that the story doesn't matter much. If you're a writer, you might be inclined to defend other writers and say, I'm sure they worked very hard on it. No, they didn't. The director said they thought of places to blow up, then strung it together with a story. I was looking forward to reading the credits to see if David Hayter did one of the voices, but I can't, because I can't beat the last level. The onslaught of guns and rocket launchers just won't stop. A word to the programmers, I'm on easy. Not every enemy bullet fired has to hit me. Things got so bad I ended up edging forward in this tunnel and sniping legs. And that still didn't work. Seb, if you beat this game on Black Ops, then I owe you a steak. Dr. Lautrec and the Forgotten Knights. I hear it's a Professor Layton ripoff. And not a very good one. FTL, Faster Than Light. What a funny name. The gameplay looks slow. Future Cop LAPD. You are the police and you use a mech warrior to enforce the law. Some games can transcend generations. This game was released for the original PlayStation, but I can tell it's my kind of game. I know it's weird to say this about a brainless action title. Please refer to the Lollipop Chainsaw section of this video. Ninja Bread Man. I'm picking this one here not so much for the vote I got last year, but more the votes I got 3 years ago because I already put it in a video 5 years ago. Here's the clip.
Ninja Bread Man. It sucks.
Quantum Conundrum. Weird how I never heard of this game until voting. That cover guarantees a good time. You are a child forced to visit his uncle, and as with many forced visits, your uncle has some crazy inventions to show off. This time, your uncle can't come out to greet you because he's trapped somewhere in the house, but he can guide you by voice to utilize his dimension-shifting invention to come rescue him. Oh, now a good time has been double guaranteed. We are dealing with a puzzle game here, first person too. It begins really easy with boxes on buttons to open doors, then the fluffy dimension is introduced, which makes everything in the room lighter. Now you can pick up stuff like safes and furniture. See where this is going? The next dimensional power-up makes everything in the room heavy, so cardboard boxes are now unmovable. Each room contains a puzzle to solve before continuing to the next. Sounds a little Portal-ish? I wonder why that is. Shoddy research commence! Okay, so Kim Switch was a video game designer, that's a bland title, with Valve, and then she left to make this game. I hate it when people attribute an entire game to the creative director. A lot of good folks worked on this game. I would like to thank everyone at Airtight, including Kim Swift, for creating Quantum Conundrum. How can anybody feel bad about the state of gaming when games like this are still being made? Quantum Conundrum is one of those rare puzzle thinking games that I want to keep playing no matter how long I've been on it. To be clear, it is not a Portal clone, but it certainly throws its hat in the Portal ring, making for an unfair comparison. When crafting a first-person puzzler with funny dialogue, you're already competing with Portal 2, and nothing beats Portal 2. Shatter. This is the reason Speednoid will never get an official release, because there are much more interesting games made by real teams. What you may not realize is we never really expected Speednoid to be sold on Steam or any other broad platform like that. It was just a short experiment, something to cut our teeth on and learn the process of releasing a game so we'd be better prepared when we make our real game. But how can we prepare when we can't even sell the first game? It is widely known in the programming community that game creation is a soul-crushing experience, and I just proved it. Again, Shatter. Really cool spin on an old concept. The ball will bounce off the paddle and destroy blocks, use the paddle's propulsion to steer the ball for maximum power-ups. And it is so rare that a simple game can create atmosphere, bosses and everything. I wasted a couple hours of my life getting to some higher levels before it became an impossible incidental bullet hell game. Snuggle Truck. Are these kind of games enjoyed by anybody? Really? Not the cutesy thing, precision games. And I'm not talking about the can't fail tutorial part either. I'm talking about deep into the advanced levels that you barely reached in the first place. You know, Super Monkey Ball, Boom Blocks. The premise draws you in. I got a bunch of stuffed animals in the back of my Chevy. Now let's beat this 2D physics engine and race to the zoo. Yeehaw! I came mentally prepared. I refused to get drawn in, but I soon learned that wasn't gonna be a concern. I knew trouble was ahead when I completed my first pass on the easy levels and my score was too low to unlock the medium levels.
Annoying completionism.
Abandon, uninstall. Spelunky. I read there are two versions of this game. One is free and one you pay. There is one version of this game. I'll pop into the tutorial, but I'm guessing I have the right idea. Spelunk in a wild cave to find treasure. Moving around has the classic feel. The other functions are a bit of a multi-button mess and I'm having a hard time getting used to it. Open this crate to get a bag of bombs. Wait, how do I open a crate again? Short attention span. Losing interest. You have an entire keyboard. Make it one button to open a crate. I did do it once completely by accident and I was so freaked out I didn't know how to drop the bomb. Tetris. Oh, you think you're so clever voting for Tetris. Well, I'll just play the Game Boy on the GameCube and tell you my opinion. I don't want to play anything else. Tetris is all I need. You don't know Jack. Game Show Kid, also known as Black Teenage Geek, I know you requested the PlayStation 3 version, but you reminded me of something. I played You Don't Know Jack in the mid-90s on Web TV. Anybody remember Web TV? No, you don't, because I've used Web TV and I barely remember it. It had the original, and that's what I bought off of eBay. So, as I clearly remember, without even trying, I got this game to cuss at me. No rating system, the game dropped an F-bomb on me. I need a 32-bit chipset to demonstrate, and this is the only 32-bit computer around here. And the bitch won't even turn on. So much broke stuff in my house. Play a game you're excited for, Storm. I like looking at Google Earth because it's shockingly accurate. One day, I thought it would be cool if I could drive around on the map. Whoever made this, thank you. There's a lot of fun you can have with this driver. I can attempt to set a record on the Utah Salt Flats. Hey, guess what city I'm driving in? I'll give you a hint. It's not Reno. I want to be the guy. I actually played this game after the voting in 2009. It went something like this. Here are the official results for Telstorm What to Play 2012. So, was it worth it? Waiting an entire year to see the results? Yeah, it's been that long. I wonder how many of these people have unsubscribed in that time span. I sure hope everyone's psyched up for Telstorm What to Play 2013. The voting opens up in October. Pins up, now pins down. Back up, back up. Tell me what you gonna do now.
Keep bowling, 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 bowling.
What?
Keep bowling, 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 bowling.
Come on.
Keep bowling, 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 bowling.
Yeah.
Keep bowling, 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 bowling.